family members, Dr. Monica Dubey, Shri Arun Chitlangia and Shri Mukesh Vyasji. They are joining us from Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan again. So it's a wonderful golden triangle. And let me share a couple of slides so that we are all setting the contest, and context for the evening. What is the purpose? Why are we meeting? Why are we here together? And what exactly is the message for the entire globe? That's the way we are just going to take on the journey. So, ladies and gentlemen, our MEPSC Sector Skill Council is doing a great job, startup, entrepreneurships, management, and besides that, a lot of professional skill councils, security, and a couple of other areas. They are doing trainers, master trainers, remarkable. Our chamber, ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, is a bridge between India and 31.45 million overseas our brothers and sisters we call Indian diaspora, जो भारतीय विदेशों में गए हैं और 131 countries में उनका निवास स्थान है, different professions में हैं. We extend a very warm welcome to all of them. They are great, great, great people. And Chamber focuses on services sector, economy के तीन हिस्से, agriculture, manufacturing and tertiary, and that is basically services sector. Before pandemic, we were working very closely with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, because services sector has got different verticals. There are almost 55 areas in services sector. We were focusing on 12 sectors. They were identified by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, chiseled, polished, developed, harnessed, whatever you want to talk about it. And that is the way these 12 identified sector, totally focused approach which was taken. Education is one of the verticals in that. And from Ministry of Commerce and Industry, our chamber moved on to micro, small, and medium enterprise, because we were very keen that services sector should be brought at par with manufacturing sector. 3.5 years, we had been going in the corridors, meeting, greeting, treating everybody together, and whatever document they wanted, blueprint, roadmap, strategies, every document we have been sharing. And finally, the D-Day comes, ladies and gentlemen. During the pandemic, 11th of May 2020, the Honorable Prime Minister announced Bharat has to become Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant Bharat. And just after 2 days, on 13th of May 2020, Nirmala Sitharaman ji, who was earlier for the 12 champion sector as a Minister for Commerce and Industry, Government of India at that point of time, now at the helm of the affairs as a finance minister, made an announcement: services sector from today will be at par with manufacturing sector. What a historic day, 13th of May 2020. We are very happy. Shri Rabindranath ji, the former chairman and MD, of NSIC, National Small Scale Industries Corporation, he has taken over as the chairman MSME with us in the chamber. And besides that, we are doing a lot of work on education, skills, MSME together. We strongly believe India not only can become 5 trillion economy, 7 trillion, 10 trillion, we require women to be partner in all kshetra, all areas, whatsoever is happening, any kind of a development process, ladies got to be part of it, women got to be part of it. And teachers and youth, you have got a very important role, and particularly our teachers, our educators, our counselors, they have got a great role. Way back in 1994, when the chamber was established, ICSI in India, with the help of NRIs, brought all the stakeholders together. That is the time we brought India's first finishing school network exclusively for service sector. And over here, we were talking about personality, communication skills, collaborative skills, creative skills, innovative skills, critical thinking skills, logical thinking, design thinking, continuous and lifelong learning. But the unique part of the entire effort was, I'll share in a little while, 52,000 directly have gone, and they are world over in different countries doing great job. Our chamber is very, very happy. And teachers, we have done lots of program with all of you. We have done the collaboration length and breadth of India. This is a beautiful team I'm showing you from the northeast part of India. all the 8 beautiful states what we got there. And in between, little interruption because 25th March 2020, complete lockdown. Doctors, nurses, paramedical, all the people, great warriors doing great job. And our chamber thought of it, why not we should work in the direction making education relevant. Why? Because 1.65 billion children being away from schools, colleges, universities, institutions, ITIs, polytechnics, skill centers, everybody complete lockdown. So we started the journey, and we are so very happy that more than 12,000 people have come as speakers on this particular platform during pandemic, and we are moving ahead. And it is a stopless journey. It's a continuous journey, no break in between. Sunday rather, we have got more programs. And sometimes initial phase of the pandemic, we have been holding 7 programs. We used to start early in the morning in Australia, New Zealand, come to ASEAN, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei. And from there, we used to come to Middle East, from Middle East to Central Asia, from Central Asia to Europe. From Europe, we used to go to Canada, America, Latin America, and of course, with Bharat and South Asia together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during this pandemic, lots of challenges. Nobody wants to feel once again what was 25th March 2020. What we need today is, the muted virus is disturbing all of us. We need mental wellness. We need physical wellness. We need mental robustness. And we need a very strong willpower. We need environmental wellness. We need community wellness. And more than that, a lot of people have lost their jobs, their businesses. We need economic wellness as well. During the pandemic itself, on 29th of July 2020, Honorable Prime Minister gave a green signal, and the new education policy coming in India. What a game changer. What a vision. Because along with 37 sector skill councils, all of them together, education and skills blended together, remarkable. And all these 37 sector skill council, they are doing wonderful. We have done more than 100 webinars with Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council, Wellness Sector Skill Council, MEPSC Sector Skill Council. All of them, they are wonderful. And what a leadership of Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh Kalsi ji, wonderful person, National Council for Vocational Education and Training. When we think about National Council for Vocational Education and Training, because he has got a long experience, he is a taco savvy, and he comes from the background where the entire vocational education, technical education, skill-based education, he had been working during his entire career as an IAS officer for 30 years on this particular project. I think one of those fortunate civilian soldiers. And Colonel Pokhriyal, you're doing great job. And during the pandemic, the finishing school physically, which was set up in 1994 for service industry, it has become totally digital. It has gone totally global. And what are we doing? We are bringing global knowledge, global wisdom, global know-how, innovations, creativity, collaborations together. And it's a global wisdom confluence what we have brought. E-Gurukul for service industry. We have renamed the entire thing, and that all has happened during pandemic. 27th September 2021, you would say, why 27th September? Because that happens to be a World Tourism Day. Now, in this e-Gurukul, what do we have? Music, dance, games, happiness, humor, fun, creativity, curiosity, storytelling, passion, stimulation, and talent display, stress-free education, technology-based education, vocational and skill-based education, outdoor recreation and nature-based education. Why not we should learn, and we should pick up, and we should be passionate about whatsoever is happening in our life every day. From the morning when we get up until the time we go to sleep, everything related to that. Every year we organize, our annual convention, besides other events which we keep organizing from time to time. And annual convention always takes place on 13th of January, which happens to be tomorrow. Today is 12th of January. And we had the last event last year virtual. From world over, the people had joined. And this year, once again, tomorrow, we are going to have a virtual event. You will have All India Council for Technical Education, NCVT, MEPSC, Wellness Sector Skill Council, Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council. If you are interested to get into the Exports Services Export Promotion Council, and then of course, UNESCO entire team will be with us. They all will be joining us, and you'll be so happy to know that Director UNESCO will be delivering a special address. 13 January, tomorrow, we'll be discussing about the entire Northern India, entire investment opportunities, and focus is going to be education, skills, technology, and youth. 14 January, we will take on school education and skills. And 15 January, you will have higher education and skills. And you would be so very happy to know that tomorrow morning, the program will be inaugurated at 10 a.m. by Dr. N.S. Kalsiji, the chairman of the NCVT. And tomorrow evening, 8 p.m., you've got a special address coming from America. The gentleman who was recently bestowed with Padma Bhushan by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, coming from the USA, Professor Jagdish N. Sheth. In India, traditionally, there used to be engineering and medical. ये दो ही चीजें होती थी जो माँ बाप सोचते थे. मैनेजमेंट के बारे में भी कोई नहीं सोचता था. MBA के इंस्टीट्यूट वगैरह सब बाद में आए. ये इंसान 21 साल की उम्र में अमेरिका गए और उसके बाद फिलिप कॉटलर से भी मिले और पहला चैप्टर इनका पूरे का पूरा चैप्टर फिलिप कॉटलर ने अपनी किताब में लिया और उसके बाद लोगों ने मार्केटिंग और मैनेजमेंट को समझा और भारतीयों ने भी एक नई जर्नी शुरू की. एंड यू गॉट योर IIMs एंड यू गॉट एवरीथिंग. एंड वी टॉक अबाउट MBA HR, MBA marketing, MBA finance, MBA international business, whatever you want to talk about. So tomorrow morning, we all will be witnessing. This is the front canvas I'm showing you. Every day you will have lots of deliberations. We are also focusing on children happiness. And there we are going to talk about radio, television, theater, music, films, animation, digital, virtual reality, blockchain, artificial intelligence in our business, in our education ecosystem, and in skills. And of course, Chamber will be bringing North India Film Festival, 13th to 17th of April, and Chandigarh would be the fulcrum, and it will be hosted from here. You will have conference, you will have expo, you will have North India Talent Hunt. So ladies and gentlemen, Napoleon Hill rightly said, whatsoever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So let's come together. Let's make education and skill relevant. Let's take on a beautiful journey with the Golden Triangle, Dr. Monica Dubeji, Shri Arun Chitlangia-ji, and Shri Mukesh Vyas-ji. Join me in extending a very warm welcome to these dignitaries. Those are joining us. Do come and post your views on the YouTube channel. And by the time we go on with the session, there'll be some awards, rewards, and we will move on. With these words, we take on today's session. And I would request both the gentlemen to be kind enough. I have been trained and groomed that way, that ladies got to be respected. So if you both permit, with your consent, with your permission, we'll allow the lady to come first and she can speak first. And thereafter, we will go on with Arunji and we'll go on with Mukeshji. With these words, Dr. Monica Dubeji. 6 to 8 minutes you can take. I'll hide myself. And when I come back, it means now it's your time. Let's give a chance to the next speaker. Thank you very much. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Gulshan, for keeping me first on the track amongst these galaxy of stars. Thanks a lot. So namaste to all the viewers across the world who have been sparing their valuable time out of their busy schedules and joining this session. I would like to extend my heartiest gratitude towards ICSI, MEPSC, and ISTD, which has given me an opportunity to come up as a trainer at this co-created platform. I would like to congratulate Dr. Gulshan for doing wonderful job during all through these sessions as a mentor. Wonderful mentorship you are doing, and you have been the lifeline of the session, sir. So I congratulate you. So it's a great opportunity for me that it's a coincidence that the National Youth Day and our session are going together today. And we are celebrating this day to commemorate the birth anniversary of great Swami Vivekananda, who has been a mentor, or rather he has been motivating our youth all through these years in the past, and he would be doing, and his words would be like motivating our youth in the future as well. So it's a great coincidence, as entrepreneurship is greatly related with the youth. So it's great to have this session on this day, auspicious day. So I'm starting my session with my introduction. So hi, all of you. I'm Dr. Monica Dubey. I'm an associate professor at Om Kothari Institute of Management and Research. I hail from Kota. Kota is regarded as the education city, but to me, it's actually a brain churning city, because any of the engineer or doctor or even any other professional, he or she is directly or indirectly related with Kota. He might have been related to Kota during his career building years or days. So I'm proud to be part of this Kota city. So actually, I'm a PG in management, social work, and recently I've done my master in commerce, for which I was awarded a gold medal. I achieved highest marks in different PG courses run by the university. So I was awarded the coveted Chancellor's medal, gold medal as well. That was given away to me by our Honorable Governor of Rajasthan. I am a net qualified in 3 subjects: management, social work, and commerce. And I have a vast experience of management teaching of around 19 years. So along with being in teaching, I have flair for training as well. So I'm a trainer in soft skills. I'm engaged, I'm an adjunct faculty with the Officers Training School, Government of Rajasthan, where all the administrative officers of Government of Rajasthan and other officers are trained. So I train them in different skills related in the soft, particularly in soft skills area, like stress management, conflict management, leadership skills, and so on. So like coming back to my introduction, so my journey or my transformation from a teacher or to a trainer was totally accidental. It actually occurred in 2011 when I registered for my PhD, and I went to my research guide, and he asked me that what topic do you wish to do your PhD in? So I said, since I belong to marketing area, Philip Kotler is regarded as a father of marketing area, and I'm highly influenced by him. So I said, I want to do my PhD in consumer behavior area. So he said, what consumer behavior? Actually, in 2011, these mobile phones were very popular gadgets among them, although smartphones were not there. So these gadgets were quite popular among the youth. So I thought that I should go for consumer behavior study related to mobile phone. So my guide asked me one question, that what a social contribution would be there from your PhD or from your doctoral topic, what type of happiness it will deliver to the students or the layman person, whoever will go through your thesis. So I was taken aback. Oh God, what's this? How come my education, my study, my thesis is going to help others? It will contribute to the society, how people will get happiness out of the things. So my research guide, Dr. A.K. Jain sir, he's a professor in Commerce College at Kota. He told me that whatever you do, it should deliver happiness to others. So that day was a lesson for me. That was a very eclectic type of lesson for me. So I thought, okay, this is the real story of our learning, that we should give happiness to others. That means this is something I have taken around 12 years to learn this, because I did my MBA in 1999, and in 2011 it was around 20. It actually was around 12 years. So it took me 12 years to understand that what activity I am doing, whatever profession I am in, it should deliver happiness to others. So I thought, why not to become a trainer and just train the youth, because youth are coming up with newer ideas, that whatever they are doing, they should do it to deliver happiness to others. So this was a transformation, a turning point in my life, which actually transformed me from a teacher to trainer. From that day onwards, I became a trainer, and particularly I, tried to train people in the area of how they can get happiness, particularly the entrepreneurs, that what activity they should indulge in, and how they can deliver happiness to others. So, like talking about these things, I thought that there are two activity or particularly two areas on which a trainer should concentrate as far as entrepreneurs are concerned. First is how they can bring happiness to the life of others, and secondly, developing leadership skills. Because having living in Kota, I interact with the coaching institute students, and while talking to them, I just ask them that what is the purpose of your life, what do you want to become, what is your objective in life. तो they just say कि मुझे नासा में जाके साइंटिस्ट बनना है, मुझे बहुत अच्छा डॉक्टर बनना है, लीडिंग डॉक्टर बनना है, बाहर जाके मुझे पढ़ाई करनी है, something like that. And when I say why not to become an entrepreneur, so they say कि नहीं, we don't get happiness out of it, हमारे parents agree नहीं करेंगे, मुझे तो पैसा कमाना है, and I think fast way of doing this thing is going abroad and doing something. So I thought, why not to work upon these things, why not change the mind of the people, mind of these youth, that just becoming entrepreneur will deliver happiness to others, and they are misguiding themselves in understanding the definition of happiness. As far as definition of happiness in India is concerned, हमारी definition क्या है कि बहुत अच्छा कमाना है, बहुत अच्छी गाड़ी हो, बहुत बड़ा बंगला हो, लोग हमको जाने, हमारे relatives हमारी वाहवाही करें. बस as far as definition of happiness internationally is concerned, we have got a index known as happiness index, and you will be amazed to know that the rank of India, this rank is released by United Nations, the rank of India among 156 nations is 139. This index came up in the year 2013, and in 2013 the rank of India was 111, and since then it is continuously deteriorating, and today the rank in 2021 it's 139. So some or the other way we are lagging behind in gaining happiness. So that is an alarming situation for India. So internationally we are like, if we talk about the definition of happiness internationally, it's quite different from what we regarded. हमारे क्या है कि पैसा कमाना ही करना, अपने लिए सब कुछ करना. But internationally, the definition of happiness is something related to social support, to what extent the person provides social support, his generosity, expectancy out of life, his perception about corruption, and of course GDP, national GDP. That is of course there, that actually contributes to happiness. So by going through these data, I found that I need to change the mind of the youth, that they have to concentrate on these particular parameters which are internationally being regarded. हम इंडिया में क्या सोचते हैं, जैसे अगर हम करप्शन की बात करें, so we have got different perception related to corruption, कि इतना तो चलता है, इतना तो होता है, but हम ये बात भूल जाते हैं कि while getting indulged in corruption anywhere around, किसी भी तरीके से अगर हम किसी रेड लाइट को मिस करके आगे बढ़ जाते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो सॉर्ट ऑफ करप्शन, मैं ऐसा रिगार्ड करती हूँ. तो एवरीबडी इज इनटू करप्शन, बट परसेप्शन अबाउट करप्शन इज डिफरेंट. हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि आवर एक्टिविटी, दिस काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी ऑफ आवर्स इज एक्चुअली मेकिंग समवन अदर अनहैप्पी. मतलब द हैप्पीनेस इजंट it doesn't lie only with us. It is in to what extent we are delivering happiness to others. हम क्या करते हैं, हमें तो हमारे सारे rights मिल जाए, दूसरे को उसके rights मिल रहे हैं नहीं मिल रहे, उससे हमको कोई मतलब नहीं है. So in a way, what are we doing? हमारी जो social contribution वाली जो feeling है, we are lagging behind in those things. और जब entrepreneurship की बात आती है, तो पहला क्वेश्चन जो एंटरप्रेन्योर का होता है कि व्हाट बिजनेस डू यू वांट टू गेट इनटू. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट comes to the mind of any youth or any entrepreneur, who's aspiring to become an entrepreneur, I want to get into that kind of business which is where I can earn lots of money. So the definition of entrepreneurship is, earning money, but it's actually the social support. To what extent your activities could deliver happiness to others, kitne unki needs ko fulfill karengi, kitna unko happiness dengi. So this kind of feeling, this kind of attitude, change in the attitude is required amongst the youth, which will actually transform them into the real entrepreneurs. मतलब एंटरप्रेन्योर का बिजनेस एक पैसा कमाना नहीं होके, इट शुड बी समथिंग लाइक that delivering happiness to others, जिससे कि एक social हम contribution कर सकें, and that could bring happiness on the face of all the people who are directly or indirectly connected with our activity. So this is the first thing which I think is related to entrepreneurship. आज ही मैं newspaper में पढ़ रही थी that the people under, or the youth under 29 years of age are responsible for 34% of our GNP. That means अगर हम इन youth को 100% कर दें, तो what, imagine what our country would be. It would be on the top of the world, I think. So this is a transformation which is to be brought in the minds of the youth. तो ये बहुत important चीज है. Second important चीज जो आती है, मुझे लगता है, which we can do through training, is changing the mindset of the youth. अगर हम उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे why don't you become an entrepreneur, so certainly जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि पेरेंट्स नहीं चाहते, या हमको बहुत पैसा बनाना है, बहुत अर्ली एज में हम लोग पैसा कमाना चाहते हैं, it takes lots of time to become successful. तो उनका माइंडसेट चेंज करना है. So I just asked them कि who is tallest amongst all the animals in the jungle. So they would say giraffe. Who is the largest one? They would say elephant. Then I asked them that who is the cleverest of all? They say fox. Then I say that who is the most energetic? So they say cheetah. So I say, who is the king of the jungle then? So certainly they would reply that it is lion. So I asked them that amongst all the qualities that I have asked, lion is having none of the quality. Still, he is regarded as the king of the jungle. Why is it so? So वो फिर सोच में पड़ जाते हैं of course कि यार ये तो गड़बड़ हो गई. So the answer is, it's just because of the mindset. They know, they have got this lion has got faith in himself कि हाँ मैं राजा हूँ. उसकी इसी एटीट्यूड से he has been regarded as a राजा of the jungle. Same way, and एक youth में अगर ये belief आ जाए कि yes, I can become an entrepreneur, I can deliver happiness to the people, I can serve their needs, I can bring smiles on their faces, कुछ उनकी latent जो needs हैं, latent demands हैं, उसको मैं serve कर सकता हूँ, then of course that youth can become a successful entrepreneur. So it's all the beauty of the mindset which is required to be changed among the youth, because as I've told you कि जब 34% इतनी capacity है हमारे youth में जो सिर्फ under 29 है, so what would be the status of our country if youth till the age of, I regard, since I'm in the same age group, so I regard myself to be a youth. So अगर इसी age group के लोग 45 years तक के they start utilizing their skills for delivering happiness to the people, so what would be the condition or status of our country? So with this I end my session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for your valuable contribution. We take away two important points from there. One is to bring happiness, and secondly, you talked about leadership skills. I think both are very important with the trainer. Now, a lot of debate is there on that also, whether leaders are born or leaders are made, and also what qualities of the leadership required. So any person who can deliver in the right quantity at the right time in the right package in the right need, I think is a wonderful leader. That is the way we have to go on. And now Mukeshji would be kind enough to permit me if I can invite Arunji, and Arunji can take on, and thereafter then I go to Jaipur, because that being the capital has to take on a little more. So Arunji, hearty welcome to you. Pleasure to have
Thank
you.
you.
Kindly share your vision, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And taking ahead from where Dr. Monica left, I would like to pick up some threads. First thread I would like to pick up is the population. India's population, 130 crores, huge population. At one point of time, we used to consider that this population is a burden because they consume a lot. And the poverty, we used to label that this poverty is because of this population. And we, in the past, we had those programs also where we said that, okay, one or two child only, because we believed that the population is a liability, it is a burden. Now let's see what has happened today. Today things have changed. Today this population has become our biggest asset. And why and how? First important thing that has happened is, the test. First important test is when you visit abroad, when you meet foreigners. Earlier, when you say, I'm Indian, they used to look us down. Acha, Indian. They will create, faces. Today, when you introduce someone, a foreigner, Britisher or American or even European, I'm Indian. Oh, you're Indian. The kind of look they will give you is so fantastic. So how suddenly India's view, the way they respect India and Indians has drastically changed. Of course, there may be various factors for it, not a one single factor. But yes, there are those factors which are very, very important. And one such factor which I can bring to your notice is the quality of this population. So first of all, if we look at it, the age group. In Western countries, the age group, most people are in the elder age group. Here in India, our age group is quite young, right? So that is one thing. Second thing, this population, why it was burden earlier? Because they would consume, but they will not produce. Today, what is happening is that they are producers, they are contributing to the national economy. And what brought this wonderful change? So to my mind, this change came because of the education, the development which we had in education, both formal as well as informal. And it is the result of that young population, educated, now they are able to contribute to the country, and we have become a great market. Because this population which was eating, now it is buying. And whether it is China or any other country, nobody can dare to touch India, because on military front, on the defense front, they may or may not be stronger than us. But on economical front, they know that we have a huge consumer base in India. We can't disturb it. If we do that, my economy is going for a toss. So nobody dares to touch India, right? So such powerful position we are gaining. And the instrumental, the main factor in my view is education. So it has converted that liability into an asset. That itself says what is the need of education. Otherwise, if we take at the micro level, any individual you meet, one person in a similar circumstances who is educated, another person in a similar education who is not educated, you can see the difference between their performance, the way they contribute. So there is no doubt that there is a need for education and skill. This for us is a responsibility as well as opportunity. And we are able to create a huge impact. Suppose in my training session, I train 30 people. And I conduct a train the trainer. That's my favorite topic. So these 30 people will go out, and then again, every day, maybe that they will train another 30 people. So they are also becoming trainer. So 30 is multiplying. It is not adding, it is multiplying. So how many trainers? And then each trainer will be training some of the end user, that is learner, and they are getting impacted. So if you look at that compounding, we are impacting huge number of people, and they are getting sort of thoughts which we shared with them. Now, while we are doing that, of course, challenges do come in. One of the great challenges we found was virtual. Pandemic forced us that we have to go virtual. And then people said that whatever could have happened in the classroom, it's not possible to do in virtual. But I'm very proud to say that the fraternity of trainers, we brought methods, we learned new things, we learned how to do things, and we did made the virtual training very, very interesting. And for that, we have used basically two tools. One is the facilitation skills, facilitation tools and processes, and the other is a lot of games and activities. And with the help of these, today, the training which is happening online is so interesting, so engaging that sometimes it could be better than the classroom training also. And I mean, let's not forget about the cost effectiveness. You don't have to pay for my travel. You don't have to pay for the participants' travel stay, which is so expensive. And at the comfort of my home, I'm conducting training and it is turning out to be so effective. So in nutshell, what I want to tell you is that we, the trainers, we have a lot of responsibility. And yes, I know the Monica's views that money is not everything, but then if you want to make a lot of money, this is our opportunity to make a lot of money. But this money we are not making at the cost of someone. We are making by helping someone to make more money. So my job is to make more trainers. My job is to spread happiness. And this is the medium which I've got to do so. So I'm very happy, thankful to all my learners, thankful to the God, thankful to this forum which brought me here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful views and two takeaways, very, very important. One is the population metrics, and second is the age group part which you have given. I would like to share with all the viewers, if you have seen the latest video interview between Parnoy Roy and Ruchir Sharma, then it's fine. If you have not seen, I would request you, please go through the latest video, and that is a 55 minutes interview kind of a thing, interaction between Pranav Roy and Ruchir Sharma. Ruchir Sharma is a strategist for the last 10 years. Every year in the first 10 days of the year, the beginning, he gives the roadmap and the profile. He's coming from the finance background. He comes from United States and he speaks. Last year, whatever he had given, 95% of that has come true. Professor Jagdish N. Shetji, who will be joining us tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., he has given a wonderful chronology. And like Monica was also mentioning about Philip Kotler and the marketing, Professor Jagdish N. Shet's book has come that is called Chin India. That means China and India, Chin India. And when you look at that book, Chin India, 19th century belonged to Europe, 20th century belonged to United States, 21st century, not complete. That is the beauty. 21st century, only first 50 years belong to Asia. And after 2050, it will shift to Africa. And if you watch The Print, Shekhar Gupta, then 3 days back, watch his program. It comes at about 10:30 p.m. night time. You can see the recorded video, The Print, Shekhar Gupta ji, great journalist, his vision and his complete matrix which he has given, that how for the first time India has to realize this is the only decade available with India. Here onward, Indian population will not increase. So the present youth, we have to take it as a treasure, because the reverse gear has already started in China and they're cursing themselves because some time back they gave one policy, nobody to have a second child. And today they do not know how to manage, because you can control population, but you cannot compel people to produce more children. So there's a lot which is going on. They are trying to give incentive. If you have a second child in family, you will have this. Nobody is ready. They say it's bullshit. Keep it with you. We are not interested. Let me move to the capital of Rajasthan and we go to Jaipur and we meet Mukesh Vyasji. Let him share his views. And then finally, we will just sum it up today's program. Mukesh Vyasji.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Gulshan. Hope I'm audible.
You are audible, visible, pleasuresome, You are looking handsome. You are laughing. And what Monica ji gave happiness, Arun ji endorsed that. And you are carrying it forward. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot. And to add to this whole beautiful conversation, so I'm sitting presently in Pune, and I am a native of Jaipur, working in Jaipur. So it's an amalgamation of Jaipur and Maharashtra. So it's now taking the tips, I think, forward. Before that, just a quick introduction that I'm a person who was first in industry. I worked in Europe and India for 11 years, 9 years with Infosys, 2 years with the public sector enterprise. Then something happened and I thought taking a risk is worth. So I started entrepreneurial journey in 2015. Then I have started my own training organization. And that's what you see in my signature, WAE Consultancy Services. But now, because the beautiful discussion is happening, so I always wanted to be a part of it. So I would just divide it into two points. One, I would be filling the gaps and adding to the points by my co-panelist, and something I thought that I would like to discuss with you all. So there are 5 takes. How can we bring transformation by transforming our trainers? So that's what Dr. Gulshan has been telling us to ponder upon. So I thought there would be 5 cents that I would like to make. The first is, can we trainers have something like KYC, where we, because banking has transformed since KYC, can we have KYA, know your audience? I think trainers across the country, if focus upon this, can be one value add that if they give. Can we focus on the audience for some time, and then before we deliver, can we spend some time in knowing our audience? So maybe some activities to know your audience so that go more prepared, more aligned. Because I have found this gap. That's sometimes it's from trainer side, sometimes it's from the place where we are giving the training. That's the end party. They also don't expose the audience to which we are going to give training. But can we ask? So KYA is the first norm that we can try to have. Then there is something interesting which my taught to me, and I always think about. It's a concept of human line. मानव रेखा एक चीज है जो मैंने अपनी लाइफ से सीखी है और वो बनाई है. तो मैं आपको जल्दी से एक मानव रेखा जो मेरा है कॉन्सेप्ट वो शेयर करता हूँ, और उससे हाउ कैन वी ट्रेनर्स लर्न फ्रॉम दैट. So in my concept of Manav Rekha, we've got 4 category of people in this world. The first category is people who walk on line. जो सीधे सीधे लाइन पे चलते हैं वो मानव कहलाते हैं. मानव दूसरों का सम्मान करते हैं, गलती करते उठ जाते हैं. They learn from the mistake, they respect others, they use golden words. Those are Manav. Now, Manav walk on line. Then the second category, which is underground, जो डूबते हैं, वो second category होती है आदि मानव. वो public place पे उल्टा सीधा behave करते हैं, इल मैनर्ड रहते हैं और ड्रेसिंग भी थोड़ी उल्टी सीधी. तो मानव चलता है, आदि मानव डूबता है. तीसरी कैटेगरी पे आ जाते हैं जल्दी से. तीसरी कैटेगरी है ज्ञानचंद और रायचंद की. ऐसे लोग बहुत मिलते हैं, वो हवा में उड़ते हैं. तो वो चलते नहीं है. उड़ने वाले किसी के काम नहीं आते. हमें चाहिए चलने वाले मानव. उड़ने वालों को हम क्या कहते हैं? महामानव. तो आपने 3 समझे अभी तक. चलने वाले मानव, डूबने वाले आदि मानव, उड़ने वाले महामानव. हमें नहीं चाहिए ना तो महामानव ना आदि मानव. मानव बने रहेंगे हम. चौथी कैटेगरी बहुत खतरनाक है. इस दुनिया में ऐसे लोग होते हैं, देयर आर पीपल हु ईट अदर्स. वो मानव जो मानव को खाता है वो दानव हो जाता है. फोर्थ कैटेगरी दैट आई टॉक अबाउट इज दानव. So we don't need danavs also. So now the crux of the second point is, let's try to be human. So we trainers have to induce that. We train and make people work like humans, and they don't turn into danav, mahamanav or adimanav. We try to bring them closer to the human line. So that's the second take from my side, humble take. Third is very important, trainers. So the take is, training is not a very, what should I say, flamboyant profession. People don't dream about being a trainer. People dream about becoming civil service professionals. They dream about doctors. They dream about being an IIT. Why don't we have something called Indian Training Services, or why are we not having trainers at the top of the value chain? So that's where we have got to ponder about that. Can we have those category of trainers who actually dream to be the topmost trainers? Training somehow, if we take a total amalgamation of the number of trainers across the country, we would find 80 to 90% are accidental trainers, or they are only for the sake of maybe earning because they're not doing anything. Or maybe at the fag end of your career after 40 or 50, you want to be a trainer. So if you want to take a sabbatical, you become a trainer. So if training is accidental, that's what is also hurting the concept. Fourth, Trainers, I have just noted down some basic attributes which trainers can have. First thing is, trainers should never say no. And that should be what they train others also. Instead of no, usko reverse kar do. Instead of no, you should always be on. हमेशा on रहिए और चलते रहिए. Second is ego. A lot of trainers have egos. So what we can say, I was listening to some other trainer and it was very good. Remove E and just go, keep going on. So remove the E from ego and go on. That's the concept. So you all have seen Singham Part 1. So there was a character called Jaikan Shikre. So अपनी life से Jaikan Shikre को हटाइए and then so no ego or ego और self-esteem को mix मत कीजिए. Third, very important, never praise yourselves. We have a bad habit of praising ourselves. So I had some very simple example. If you praise yourself, you are KRK. If others praise yourself, you are SRK. So let's try to be not praising ourselves. Our work will talk about us. Last but not least, in these training tips, let's open to be new ideas. Let's be flexible, adaptable trainer. So we should have fat, not that which I am having. Fat means flexible, adaptable, trainable. So trainers ही trainable नहीं होंगे तो गड़बड़ होगी. So trainers themselves have to be trainable first. Last but not least, trainer fraternity is very unorganized. So what is happening is we are not having what we call as something a body for, like for chartered accountants have a body, which is very, very fundamental. So can we have something like that? And we all need to have a group dynamic cycle, norming, storming, forming. That's what we need, and somehow we can build that. If we can build that forum for training fraternity, that would be great. So I think last 1 minute, I would just take some points from Dr. Monica. She said happiness. So I think I would like to compliment. Trainers should not focus on ROI, return of investment, rather they should focus on ROE, reason of existence. Can we have each trainer have the reason of existence? So that's what is point. And I think that's what I rest my case. Over to you, Dr. Gulshan.
Thank you very much. Wonderful points, Mukesh ji. All the points what you have given over here, and something very interesting which you have given. Why can't we move from KYC to KYA? Wow, that's lovely. That's really something very interesting. And you have also given ego. Remove E and go, 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 go wherever you can and whatsoever you can. That's lovely. एंड ऑफ कोर्स जो आपने हम दानव तक नहीं बात करेंगे, वहीं से उससे पहले ही रुक लेते हैं कहीं ना कहीं. वॉक ऑन लाइन जो पहला आपने बताया, बहुत अच्छा. So I think it's something wonderful which we get every evening from all of you. Now, while conveying my deep gratitudes and thanks to all the three speakers of today, I wish to just leave one, I won't call it a question, one concern with the entire humanity. Coming from the armed forces, I moved on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and I had a privilege to work with the team over there and to set up the National Institute for Travel and Tourism. And again, worked with the team. Credit should go to the team because you are, because of your colleagues and friends and everybody. And Mukesh ji ने अभी कहा कि औरों को praise कीजिए, that is much better. बहुत अच्छा कहा इन्होंने. When we drafted India's first MBA tourism and when we introduced in entire country, अगर मैं खाली फौज में रहता तो शायद विश्व भर ट्रैवल नहीं कर पाता, कुछ कंट्रीज ही जा पाता. But because of tourism, it was a little humble journey, wonderful journey, very innovative journey, and there's so much to learn. जितना आप ट्रैवल करते हैं उतना ही आप हम्बल होते जाते हैं. जितना आप औरों से मिलते हैं आपको लगता है कि आपका अस्तित्व तो कुछ भी नहीं है. So finally, what I wish to share with all of you and I wish to leave with all of you, yesterday we announced 1,000 rupees cash prize, and today once again we give it to the maximum posts have come from Mamta Chauhan in this particular session today. She has posted almost about 38 times in one webinar. Anybody who works hard, anybody who is serious, anybody who is concerned, anybody who is adding value, anybody who is thinking from others' perspective and adding to the humanity to be honored, rewarded, and recognized. That's the way we look at it. Yesterday she earned 1,000 and today once again she has earned 1,000. She comes from Uttarakhand. It's really nice. Claudia, you asked this question yesterday also and you repeated the question today. My child, it's very simple. When you say who is a trainer and who is a teacher, very simple, very, very simple. You got to understand when something is happening academically in any institution, maybe in school, maybe in college, maybe in university, we call it's coming from teachers. But when you go to ITI and Polytechnic and when you go to skill center, it comes from a trainer, it comes from a coach, it comes from a person who is talking more of your vocational, your skills and practical. That is the question she asked from Mukesh ji. So I thought I should come for his support because this question was asked yesterday as well. So lovely session. I want to leave one question with all of us. How to have committed teachers? How to have better teachers? And my question rests over here. Do we need teachers or do we need mentors? Do we need mentors or do we need people, anybody who holds empathy and who thinks from others' perspective? What can I give to humanity instead of all the time, what can I take from the humanity? Ek waqt tha, I'm sorry to say that, I walked the planet now 72 years. एक वक्त था जब किसी का बच्चा कोई कोचिंग लेता था तो माँ बाप को शर्म आती थी कि ये ट्रेनिंग लेने जा रहा है, ट्यूशन लेने जा रहा है। और आज हम गर्व महसूस करते हैं, फक्र महसूस करते हैं कि हम कोटा जा रहे हैं एक कोचिंग लेने के लिए, इंजीनियर बनने के लिए। I do not know. I've got nothing to share in person with Kota, with Monica ji. I love that place. I love Rajasthan. It's a beautiful place, wonderful people. I've got great respect. लेकिन क्योंकि यहाँ कोचिंग बहुत ज्यादा हो रही है, मन में एक ही सवाल आता है, हम क्या ढूंढ रहे हैं, हम क्या बनना चाह रहे हैं, हमें किस तरह की जीवन शैली चाहिए। और I lost one very close friend of mine who was known as father of education reforms and policy, Sir Ken Robinson. He has got more than 4,000 videos और वो 4 ही सवाल पूछता था। What is the purpose of education? Do schools kill creativity? Do we need teachers all the time monitoring? और अगर ऐसी कंट्रीज के उदाहरण लें कि जहां 12वीं तक शिक्षा में सिर्फ 3 एग्जाम होते हैं, तो किसी की दुकानदारी उससे भी चल रही है कि बार बार एग्जाम करवा रहे हैं, मंथली टेस्ट, क्वार्टरली टेस्ट, 6 मंथली टेस्ट, हाफ ईयरली टेस्ट, सेमेस्टर टेस्ट, बच्चों की जान ले रखी है टेस्ट पे टेस्ट, टेस्ट पे टेस्ट। कैन वी कम आउट ऑफ ऑल दिस? अगर एक चीज समझ आ जाए, व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ एजुकेशन? और इसीलिए हमने बीड़ा उठाया है, मेकिंग एजुकेशन रेलेवेंट। Each day matters, everybody matters, every human being matters, and we all matter, and you matter. Each one of us matter. What are we doing on this planet? How can we have better mentors? The people, teachers are burnt out. I am a teacher and I understand. I have got total empathy for my teachers. इस कोविड के अंदर ऐसे ऐसे टीचर भी मुझे मिले हैं जो गली के नुक्कड़ से, स्टेशनरी की दुकान से उधार सामान लेकर बच्चों को नोटबुक और पेंसिल और पेन दे के आए हैं कि डोंट वरी, सिचुएशन विल इंप्रूव, तुम्हारे पैसे आ जाएंगे, अभी भी तो तुम्हारा स्टॉक रुका हुआ है, इसे जाने दो, प्रवाह को मत रोको। जो पानी फ्लो करता है वो जल निर्मल होता है, और जो जल रुक जाता है उसके बारे में मैं नहीं कहना चाहता, because it's better not to talk about that water. It's a stagnated water. So ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful. Dr. Gunmala Suriji is joining us from Punjab University in Chandigarh. She is living in a beautiful city. She is enjoying beautiful oxygen. She is having the trees all around, and a good rider can hear his horse speak to him. A great trainer can hear his trainee whisper. That is the thought coming from her. So great contribution. हम सभी लोग कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं. आइए, लेट्स मेक टुगेदर एक ऐसा भारत बनाएं. 15वीं शताब्दी में कोई भी भिखारी नहीं था, कोई भी बेरोजगार नहीं था, कोई किसी के पास जॉब के लिए नहीं जाता था. And as a soldier, I would like to share, when I have walked with northeast part of India for 40 years, Assam was the richest GDP of India. नहीं अगर यकीन है तो इतिहास के पन्नों में चले जाइए. Assam was the richest state in India at that point of time. उनकी GDP और उनका contribution और उनका raw material, उनके spices और वो सब कुछ जो वहां से निकल के जाता था, including the wood from there. So there's a lot to be done. सिर्फ चंद किताबें पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होगा. I think वो जो वैदिक परंपरा है, जो वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन है, और इस पूरे कोरोना काल में एक वक्त भोजन खाकर देखा है एट द एज ऑफ 72 years, आप कम खाने से नहीं मरेंगे, आप ज्यादा खाने से आपका स्वास्थ्य भी खराब होगा, आपको तकलीफ भी होगी, आपको डाइजीन भी लेनी पड़ेगी और आपको प्रॉब्लम्स भी आएंगी. कभी कम खाकर देखिए, क्योंकि औरों के साथ बांटकर उसी तरीके से शिक्षा की प्रणाली में किसी का कंपटीशन किसी के साथ नहीं है. शाहरुख खान का डायलॉग तो सबसे बढ़िया है कि मेरा कंपटीशन किसी के साथ नहीं है, मेरा कंपटीशन खुद के साथ है. और इस कोरोना ने एक बात तो सिखा दी है कि समझ आ जाना चाहिए कि अगर आपका सब कुछ भी चला जाए, लेकिन अगर जीवन बच गया है और आपके पास नॉलेज है और आपके पास स्किल है, तो आप पुनः खड़े होंगे और आप समाज को भी खड़ा करेंगे. एंड यू कैन बिल्ड योर कम्युनिटी वंस अगेन, यू कैन रीबिल्ड योर कम्युनिटी. आइए हम सब लोग इकट्ठे होकर एक ऐसा भारत बनाएं, एक ऐसा समाज बनाएं, और वो तो यहीं से ही शुरू हुआ, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. आप सभी का बहुत बहुत आभार. आज स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की जन्म दिवस पर आप सब लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े और आप लोग आए, आपने अपना समय दिया. With these words, it's a green morning, it's a green afternoon, and it's a green evening, and it's a beautiful world. Let's walk together, let's move together. Either I adjust to your pace or you adjust to my pace. Whose pace have you